Robert, I want to have a conversation about the Manchester United defensive struggles this season because it certainly has been a massive problem. And again, the defence has been very, very key for United at times this season. But again, at times there has been massive problems. Now, first thing, let's look at the amount of goals we're conceding. These are the amount of goals we're scoring per game. And you look at that sort of metric there. Manchester United in the top three for goals scored this season, joint with Arsenal, and only eight behind Manchester City this season. That has been the main benefit of Manchester United, the main positive of Manchester United this season as a team. The fact that we are able to score goals. Again, it would kind of make sense after invested £200 million in your attack. Now, the main concern has been the defence. I mean, we spent 60 million on Masraoui, 60 on Euro, 40 on Delit. We're playing a five at the back, and you look at the goals there. We've conceded 26 goals, which again is 14th in the Premier League, which again is not great at all. Now, if I look at some of the other teams and the amount of goals they've conceded, Arsenal at the top, they've conceded 10 goals this season. Palace 15, Chelsea 15, Man City 16. And you look at United again, if I go back, we're at the top. We're at the top for top three or joint second, whatever you want to say, for the amount of goals scored. It's just the goals conceded that are a massive problem. And again, I don't know what that sort of problem is. Does it come from United having a lot of inexperience in the back? I think this is the reason, one of the main reasons why we are conceding a lot of goals. Not having this guy in the team up until the Wolves game, I believe. It was at West Ham. De Ligt has started every single game for United, and yes, we've had some, and he's had some poor performances. But on the whole, I think he's looked very, very good, and I think this season he's had a very, very solid start to the season, and I think he's someone who is absolutely vital to this Manchester United team. And I think we've missed his experience in our back line, and that has been a massive problem. And I think United are kind of reaping the consequences of not having him in the team right now. But again, I want to talk about the solutions, what Manchester United can do with that amount of goals we conceded now. Again, our back three in the last game was Aiden Heaven in the middle, Yoro on the right, Shaw on the left. Now, again, obviously we're missing Mazraoui due to AFCON, so in the next few games we won't be seeing him in the team. Martinez is still getting back to full fitness. He's not quite 100% ready to be starting games yet. And obviously De Ligt's out, Maguire's out. And Amorim showed a lot of trust in Aiden Heaven to start him in a few games that he's had. Aiden Heaven started the last few, and I thought he was quite good in our last game against Bournemouth. But I think going forward, I think we do need to tighten up that defence a little bit. I think we are missing that leader in that back three, and I'm hoping De Ligt can be back very, very soon. Now, this is not me saying Aiden Heaven shouldn't get opportunities, because I think Aiden Heaven is a top player and a very, very good talent. But I think as of now, United need to be focusing on shutting up shop at the back, because again, you look at some of the goals we conceded as well that have been very sloppy. Definitely, I'm not going to go through all the goals, but there has been games this season where United have conceded very, very poor goals. And they're definitely preventable. And again, individual mistakes or whatnot, or this or that. But again, we've seen a massive improvement in the amount of goals scored. We're up there with the likes of Arsenal, Man City, who are the two best teams in the league this season. And you look at our goals we're conceding as relegation form. And again, it's not great. I think in terms of the way that we improve that, it's just about getting better players in, getting De Ligt into the team. I think we can see Aiden Heaven and Yoro start, but I don't think we can have two of them in a back three. They're relatively inexperienced. And you look at the moment, I always go back to now. There was two moments in the game against Bournemouth. One where I can't remember. I think it was Trufair who was running on the overlap, and Shaw just ran across, left Evan Nilsson in the box, who was his player that he was marking, and just went over to get rid of the danger. And look at that Semenyo moment. Aiden Heaven is just staying with his man. I think it probably is Evan Nilsson, and then Semenyo just goes in and scores. So I think that is just inexperience, and again that will come with age. Just the two very, very young players. Yoro's 20, and Aiden Heaven's 19. So. But I think they do have top talents at the top futures and top talents, and I think they can become very, very good. Now going forward, what would my back three be? It would be Lenny Yoro, right centre back. It would be De Ligt in the middle and Martinez on the left. I think that's the centre back. I don't know how many times we've seen that, but I know when Amorim first came in, that was the main back three everyone wanted to see. Now I think Maguire as well. He's someone that we've missed a lot as well. His experience in the team. I just think you need to have experienced guys in the back three. And again, that is a concern. I mean, with United potentially going to a back four, and I think at times Aiden Heaven can become a very, very good option to have. But again, considering we were quite stacked, I remember talking a few games ago, we are very stacked at that centre-back position. There has been issues for United at the back, and I think to solve that problem, getting De Ligt back in. And I don't mind who you have either side, if that's Aiden Heaven, who would probably be on the left, obviously. And if that's Euro, who again with Maswari at AFCON is probably likely to start, I don't really mind it. But I think centrally we are missing someone in that experience, and we are conceding a lot of goals. And I think that's due to, again, inexperience, but also we are making a lot of mistakes. And you look at the goals that they conceded. I mean, I'll go back to the Bournemouth game. They're very preventable. Luke Shaw just eased off the ball by Semenyo again, and it's a great finish. You look at the free kick, it's definitely preventable. I wouldn't say from Le Mans, but again, if Casemiro gets caught out, like there has been many opportunities where United have conceded too many goals. And again, I go back to this: 30 goals scored this season, 38 Man City. Look at Arsenal there. Goals conceded down there with Brentford, Fulham, Brighton, Spurs, Liverpool as well, who've conceded a lot of goals. So yeah, it is a problem. I think we're scoring about 1.8 on average goals a game, and we're conceding 1.6, which is not good enough. And I think that will change. I think when you do have De Ligt back, when you do have Maguire back in the team, you do have a lot of experience. But again, I don't think the defence is something that we need invested in. I think last season, you look at Garnacho, Rashford, these sorts of players weren't fit for the system. And that's where the problem lied. They just weren't fit for the system. I think we do have centre-backs that do have the qualities. I think Euro and Aiden Heaven, one of those two can become very, very good central centre-backs. I think long-term, maybe De Ligt. There are slight concerns over his agility. I think Martinez can become a very, very good wide ball-playing centre-back. We've seen very, very good moments so far from Luke Shaw as well. So there is definitely quality there in our back three. There just has been slight issues that we are finding, but we are conceding a lot of goals. I think the main reason, individual errors and obviously inexperience in that back three. But I'm hoping the game against Villa is a good opportunity for United to get some of their players, or hopefully get De Ligt back, potentially even Harry Maguire in the next few weeks. But let me know your thoughts.